We're going to be talking about the new and used Jeep market, where the heck is the 2024 Gladiator, 2024 Jeep Wrangler, news, predictions, as well as the production schedule and what we expect to see. This is going to be a fun video, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so we just got back from Daytona Jeep Week, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity to sit down. We still unpacked the Jeep just a few days ago here, but I wanted to talk about a lot of things. As we drove the 15 hours home, Ryan and I had a lot of chance to talk about what we kind of predicted, what we saw in the Jeep market, some future video ideas. So the first thing I did want to mention, if you guys checked out our Jeep Beach videos, we had 4 of them where we actually filmed, Ryan sat down, shot them, edited them at the Airbnb, and we got you the content right away. So I'm glad so many views were on those and so many people enjoyed it. One of the coolest things we actually dropped was the product that we came up with and actually put on the back of our JL, and we're going to dub it the Shelf. So we're calling it the JL Shelf, and what it does is protect the rear cargo area. I rudimentally, or I don't even know if that's a word, I cut it out of plywood, painted it with waterproof paint, and put it on. I want to let you guys know we're working with a local cabinet manufacturer. They're very awesome to work with. We got the material. The product is sitting over there. They're going to be starting to make them here very soon. So if you guys are interested in purchasing that for your 4-door, we're going to have a pre-order very soon up on the website. So go on, check it out. We'll have pricing and everything available, but we're super excited to be producing that and having it available on the site. So we came up with a completely composite, waterproof, UV resistant, the whole works. This is going to be a great product, and we're super excited to launch it. Now, if you guys are interested in this and you have a 2-door or you have a 4-door or 2-door JK, let us also know in the comments so we can start designing that up a little bit. But enough of our own product. Let's talk about the new and used Jeep market, because I think that's a big topic right now and something that we've really been thinking of. Now, I go on Auto Trader a lot. Auto Trader is kind of my guru when it comes to looking for vehicles, and I'm a lot like you guys. I'm looking at the 392s, I'm looking at upgraded Jeeps, and I'm really kind of checking it out all the time. So with the 392, what we saw was, hey Bubba. Yeah, that's Dad's Jeep. We did a video a few months back talking about, is this the perfect time to buy a 392? There was a lot on there for the $65,000 to $70,000 range for a pretty clean used unit. Now, prices for used ones always increase towards the summertime, so I am seeing them go up a little bit. However, the coolest thing is that new Jeeps now, you can have them for under MSRP. So if you are paying MSRP or above, you can really find a lot of them that are out there for below MSRP, even for high trim models. The biggest shocker or the biggest price drop that I've seen was on the Jeep Gladiator. I can see a ton of those on autotrader.com for a lot under MSRP. I've heard even stories on the forums, guys picking them up for $9,500, $10,000 under MSRP for some of these Rubicons, which is extremely impressive to me. That is a whole new car market, and honestly, it's the first time in 3 years that we've seen a ton. I'm talking 1,000 392s for sale, a absolute ton of Rubicons available, and a lot of all your color choices too. But this is the first time in years that you can actually pick one up for below MSRP, and you're still getting incentives out there. Heck, I even saw, completely off topic here, but with the Ram 1500, they're offering like 1.9% APR, which to me screams the fact that they are overstocked with these things. That's what I was hoping to happen, that we would get a ton of these on the lot and you'd easily be able to go pick one up, and the interest rates will start to follow. If you have too much supply and low demand, that interest rate cannot maintain the way it is. I'm talking 7 or 8%. It is absolutely crazy with the car interest rates right now. The next thing I wanted to go over kind of has to do with the 24. We're going to wait to save that towards the end, but I'm talking about trading your Jeep in right now or selling it and getting a 24. So obviously we've been considering it. We're talking about the 22s and the 23s and whether or not you should wait and upgrade to a 24 or potentially trade in your current vehicle. Now, my opinion still stands. If you've got a 22 or even a 23 at this point, you could still have one right now. I would say that if you are looking to upgrade, now would be the time to sell. The market's getting a little bit hot. The prices on used vehicles are going up a little bit. And before these 24s start hitting the lot with the upgraded screens on every model, all the upgraded safety features, you're probably going to want to get rid of the outdated one. I will just tell you that when we've seen model year upgrades, especially I can tell you going from the JK to the JL, both 2018 model years, the new JK sat on the lot while the new JLs sold right off the lot. And it's because you put them right next to each other and you can really see the benefits and see that that small increase, I use small relatively, but $1,000 or $2,000 increase is very, very much worth the wireless CarPlay, everything else that's going to be built into it. So if you're looking to get out of your current vehicle and start building a 24 or get into something new, I would say now's the time to do it before that new model year comes out. and pretty much takes a lot of that used trade-in value away. I'm not saying it's going to be completely gone, but for a lot of people that are just your average Joes and not really into the Jeep community, they're going to see the upgrades and jump on that versus jump on the older one. The next thing, where the heck is the 2024 Gladiator? We actually talked about this in a video a couple weeks ago. You know, where is it? We thought that it would be dropped closer to the same time as the JL Wrangler, but what Ryan just brought up behind camera is it's kind of interesting. I've seen a lot of videos that Gladiators are sitting on lots and not really selling, and me as a business person and thinking of Jeep Corporate as business people, if the current 22, 23 Gladiators aren't selling as well, is it worth investing into the 2024 tooling? Now, I know a lot of diehard people are going to comment on this and say, absolutely, we should do it. But for the much larger audience, the Gladiator needs to fill that segment and really sell a lot more. I've actually heard a few rumors too on the Gladiator forums that sales month over month or quarter over quarter have gone down from what they used to be. People just aren't picking up the Gladiators as much as they used to. I think it's because partially the price has gone up so high, and you have a lot of other vehicles in the segment. You've got the Ford Ranger, the Tacoma, the Nissan Titan. You've got a lot of other competing vehicles that are really begging for that market share. And in all reality, it is a pickup truck too. It's a small, mid-sized pickup truck that is vying for a lot of market share that's been held for a long time. The Tacoma buyers are not going to jump over to the Gladiator, and dare I say, a lot of other mid-sized truck people that aren't looking for the top and doors off, they're going to be looking at other options as well. So I'd imagine if we do see the 2024 Gladiator completely refreshed, it might be a little bit here. Now, rumor mill behind the scenes, and some people I've talked to, they say it is coming. So we'll kind of keep you guys updated. If we hear or see anything, you better believe, hit that bell button and make sure you subscribe, because we'll be the first to talk about it like usual. So now let's get into it. Let's talk about the 2024 Jeep Wrangler, because honestly, that has been the hot topic, and I'm super impressed with it. We did have a chance to check it out in person in Daytona, which after we got the availability, the fact that you could order it, then the pricing, all this, that, and the other, really the last step for me was seeing it in person. Now, I know it's been hard for a lot of folks because it hasn't been published on the website, and you're really relying on the reviews of myself and other prominent figures in the YouTube world to kind of tell you what it looks, what it feels like, what you think the pros and cons are, and honestly, it was nice for us to be able to check that out in person. The one thing we both wish, I know Ryan especially does behind camera, is that they would have brought the two-door width. We only got a chance to check out the 392 and the 4xe. I really wanted to see what that two-door looked like. Ryan did as well, because it was the Willys high velocity that we saw at the New York Auto Show. So that would have been absolutely sick to see in person, but not yet. Hopefully we'll see it soon at a show near us. We'll be at most of them throughout the summer. With that being said, though, on the 2024 Jeep Wrangler, we're waiting on a couple other things. So production-wise, I used to work at a dealership. Ryan used to work at a dealership too. When it comes to production, you are able to place an order now. In fact, you could place them about a month ago, month and a half ago, and they are starting to get picked up. I've heard a couple guys on the forums, they're going into D, going into D1. What I think is going to happen, and typically what Jeep does as far as a schedule, is release them to be purchased in Q1, kind of beginning of Q2, which is what we're seeing now, and then production is in Q3. So Q3 starts in July, and hopefully you'll have these Jeeps by the end of summer. I know that stinks, you don't get to enjoy most of the summer with it, but that's typically how the build schedule works. The reason being, and what I think it is, because as springtime hits, people get more excited about the nice weather outside. So if you're going to order a Jeep, you're probably going to do it when you have the top and doors off like I do behind me. You're going to place that order, kind of get a little bit ticked off because you have to wait all summer to receive it. But then what you're going to get is a beautiful 2024 towards the end of the year. So I think that's what they're planning on doing. They're getting all the tooling, they're getting all the 2023s built out, kind of setting up all the robots and the fancy factory things that they need to. And then the 2024s are going to start production with delivery in Q3. I'm thinking Jeep's going to say different. They're going to say summer or Q2, but I think Q3 is a realistic projection as to when we could start seeing these on lots and for sale. Because honestly, I think they're going to fly off lots as well. I think when you see a 2024 on a lot, especially a Sport or a base with that huge screen wireless CarPlay, it is easily going to fly off the shelves compared to a 23 with a little screen and not much else added to it. The next thing I wanted to bring up too was the color availability. Now, we did see a couple of colors go away, but we saw the addition of Anvil. Anvil was a very popular JK color. I personally loved it in the 10th anniversary, and it kind of makes me think right now, why didn't they drop it for the 20th anniversary color? Because they had it in the 10th, people loved it, put it in the 20th, but no. They had Stingray back then, which is what we ordered here. Now, with that being said, though, talking about colors, Ryan brought up an interesting point. We also see a lot of colors released after the first vehicles go into productions. We did see this a lot with the 2023 model year and the release of the Pumpkin, the Earl, the limited edition Rain. A lot of cool colors. They were all added to that, but a lot of them were added after that first batch of ordering was available. So I know that bugged a lot of people because you get that first batch in, you get the hype in, and then Jeep's like, hang on a second, we're going to add some cool colors. Ryan thinks that's what's going to happen. This is his prediction, so if it's incorrect, you're going to yell at him, and if it's correct, which is typically we're normally right here 99% of the time. Ryan says it's happening. I think it'll maybe be like Gecko or something like that.
It'll be the shirt color.
Oh, the teal.
I'll get a shot of it.
The teal, yeah. I think that would be a neat, cool, like a cool color, the Chief Blue, kind of like a teal or a nice blue. You know, honestly, like you have Hydro. Hydro Blue is a great looking color, but that's been out forever now. So, I mean, coming out with some new colors, I think we could see some cool things. I would personally love to see the return of Inca Gold, of a teal blue like that, of some more cool colors. Just release them all, give us 20 options, and let the people really pick what they want. Now, going with that, though, with the 2024 model years, I do think we are going to start seeing them soon. I'm excited to see them more and more on the lots, as well as being built up. That brings me to the last point, kind of talking about our show season a little bit. So I did want to say to you guys, I really appreciated everyone showing up and coming out and visiting with us down in Daytona. We probably had like 50 or 60 people come up to us. And for all of those that didn't, because maybe you're a little shy, bashful, or didn't know how we'd act, absolutely come up to us and chat with us. We were walking around with a stack of like 100 decals each day and just handing them out to people. We love meeting you guys at shows. So if you guys see us throughout the year, definitely come up and chat. The next show that we've got coming up is Bantam in the beginning of June. We're going to Bantam. Then we've got the York Jeep show. We're going to go up to Clayton here in a little bit, Clayton Off-Road. Maybe we'll do a little meet and greet when we're up there at the headquarters. We've got the Toledo Jeep show, which one of our viewers, shout out to Jason, he actually hooked us up and already booked our hotel room for us. So huge shout out to him. And then we've got Smoky Mountains to kind of close it off for local-ish shows in Tennessee. I've never been to that show, but I'm super excited to go down to it because from what a lot of you guys said, it is a massive show. But once again, same thing. Come up to us at shows. We'd love to set up meet and greets. In fact, we did a bunch on the beach. A ton of you guys showed up and I absolutely loved it. We love doing that stuff and getting back with our community. We're just normal dudes sitting here filming in front of a Jeep. So come up, chat with us, and we'd love to meet you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot in one video, but we just have so many ideas when we were driving home, and we tried to compile 15 hours of talking and driving in the absolute very loud half door uppers, which, to give you a note, the half doors are really loud when you drive 75 miles an hour for 15 hours straight. We compiled all these ideas, wanted to get them down on paper, and then chat about them with you. So until next time, though, my name is Matt with Dirt Road Cred, and I want you to get out there and earn yours.